Hey everyone, it's Tyler Strike from Universal Rackets, and in this video we are going to be going over one of my favorite shots, and that is the backhand flick volley. Now, if you're a beginner, intermediate player, this is a difficult shot, but in this video, regardless of your level, we are going to be going over step by step on how to hit this amazing backhand flick volley. Now, why do you want to learn this shot? Well, first off, 9 out of 10 players, they can always put away their forehand, but when the ball comes to their backhand side, it's their non-dominant side, it's more restricted, and they can't do much with that shot. So they either hit a neutral or defensive shot. Once again, a ball comes over here, I can easily put it away, but when the ball comes over here, I'm either blocking it back or I am defensive or I am missing the shot. After this video, if a ball ever comes to your backhand side, instead of just blocking the ball back, you're going to be able to reach out and hit an aggressive shot. I personally like doing this in mixed doubles because my partner is typically playing the right side, I'm playing the left side, and players, they always think not to hit it to my forehand or not to hit it to a person in general's forehand, right? But they think that, oh, okay, if I go his backhand, he's not going to be able to do much. Now, it takes a little bit for them to get it, but they will know prior to the match being done. But what they'll do 1, 2, 3 times, hopefully more, is that they'll go to my backhand and then I will easily put it away. Now, once again, if you stay tuned for this whole video, if a ball ever comes over here, you're not going to be able to just block it back. Now, you are going to be able to be offensive and aggressive and put the ball away. So the first thing that I'd like to start out is the proper grip. Now, the more advanced you get, the more that you can hit an aggressive ball from a lower point in the court. But for this video, any level, we're going to be talking about balls chest height or higher above the net that we are hitting down. Now, I want you to think not just for this shot, but most shots in pickleball, when you're up at the kitchen, the higher the ball is, the more you need to tilt your paddle down. The lower the ball is, the more you want to open up your paddle face. So this ball is going to be above chest height. That means I'm hitting down into the court. So I need to hit turn my paddle downward, okay? The reason why I want my paddle face tilted a little bit downward is so I can, again, hit the ball into the court. It's also going to create topspin. So, number 1, proper grip, straight ahead, and all we're going to do is tilt our paddle downward, okay? A tiny bit. Think 12 o'clock's here, 1 o'clock's here, 11 o'clock's here. If you're a right-handed player, you want it at 1 o'clock. If you're a left-handed player, you want it at 11 o'clock. Now, after you get into the proper grip, then we are going to get into the turn. Once again, I said then we are going to get into the turn and not to the take back. And this is the number 1 reason why a lot of players struggle and can't hit this shot. A lot of players, when the ball's coming for their backhand, and this is the secret, they take their paddle back. So again, I'm here, I have a ball up here, I'm going to take my paddle back, or I'm going to move my arm in. I want you to watch the take back once I get into the proper grip. So here we are. See, it's a backhand floating up or coming to me. I'm going to tilt the grip and I'm going to be here. Once again, I'm going to be here. This is my take back here. Notice it's not here, not back here. All it is here. Think 12 o'clock again here, 3 o'clock here, 9 o'clock here. I'm either going at 11 o'clock if I am, or 10:30 if I am a right-handed player, or around 1:30, 1 o'clock if I am a left-handed player. I never want to take the paddle back because then I'll be late. So I'm going to go here and then here. Everyone, here, tilt it, and then I'm going to be here out in front. Now, as soon as I get into this position, I'm ready to go. Now what we have to start thinking about is reaching. Now, if you're a beginner pickleball player, if you're picking up pickleball, we say this in all of our Universal Rackets clinics, is you want your weight on your heels. But if you're more advanced, and this is an advanced shot, you want your weight on your toes, okay? I want to think that I am reaching out in front. Again, I want to think that I am reaching out in front. I am reaching with my toes. I am reaching with my paddle. Again, I'm reaching forward. I'm getting into my legs on my toes and reaching out in front here. This is where I want to make contact, guys. You want to make contact this far out in front and away from your body. I'd like you to think you're making contact halfway into the kitchen, leaning over. So not only do you want to drop your center of gravity, get into your legs and extend and reach forward, but also you want to hit the ball earlier. Think, the longer I wait for the ball, the longer it's going to come to me. The longer I get out in front, or the faster I get out in front, the more I'm going to be able to make contact out here. I want you to think that you are hitting down onto the ball. If I'm hitting a ball close to me, I'm going to pop the ball up. If I take that ball early out in front, I'm going to be able to hit more down on it. Hopefully better than that. That was the first one I did today. Let's try this again. So I'm gonna reach over again, hit down on the ball. So after we're in the proper grip, after we're in the proper take back, now we have to do the drop. And what I mean by the drop is you need to make sure your paddle goes down. When you make contact with the ball, you want to be brushing up the back of the ball. And I want you to think, here's the ball again. I'm going to drop my paddle down a tiny bit so I can brush up the back of the ball. So here's the ball again. My paddle tip's going to be down, and then I'm going to brush up the back of the ball. So step one again, proper grip, and then turn. Step number two, I'm going to drop my paddle. Notice if there's a laser shining out the tip of my paddle, it's going to not be pointing straight down, but it's going to be pointing diagonally down to the side, okay? I want my laser to be pointing down to the ground, so then when I brush up on the ball, I'm going to be able to hit up on the ball. Now I'm hitting up on the ball, yes, but my paddle is tilted downwards, so that is going to go in. This drop is key. Too many players, they can't hit a good aggressive backhand, and same thing for the forehand, because they do this. They don't drop. So their paddle's here and it goes into the net. I need to be able to drop my paddle, tip of the paddle's facing down, not upward, so I can get under and lift that ball over the net. Again, I can't be tight, I have to drop. If it's tight, it's not gonna be right. So great way to do this, and here is the only way to do it. You're gonna be here, and all you're going to do is loosen your grip. Once again, you're gonna be out in front, and all you're going to do is loosen your grip. Where players go wrong and they can't end up hitting a good shot is they think, oh, I gotta force it down. No, the only way to get the paddle tip down and get into this drop position, step number two, is to release. All I'm doing again is releasing. By releasing, the tip of my paddle is gonna go down. I'm holding the paddle, I'm releasing the paddle. On a scale to 1 to 10, 10 being super tight, 1 being so loose that it drops, I wanna be around a 2 or a 3. So again, I'm gonna be out in front here, I'm going to be loose, drop the tip of the paddle down, and then when I finish, I'm going to finish up. Again, step one, I'm going to proper grip, reach out in front, then I'm pointing the tip of the paddle down, and then when I finish, I'm going to be finishing upwards. I want you to think, if you're a right-handed player, you want to finish on the left side of the letter V. And let me explain. So step one here, step two, tip of the paddle down. How do we do that again? We're loose. Step number 3 here. Look, this is the left side of the letter V. Where players go wrong is that they end up opening their arm, or they end up finishing like this, or like this, or like this. No, I want to be here and then finish up here, left side of the letter V. The moment that I open my paddle up, I lose control. I need to be consistent, compact, and then also, if I'm playing someone that has good hands, because again, this is more an advanced shot, I'm going to be probably using this against more advanced players. If I finish with my paddle over here and I hit super hard, the ball is going to come back and I'm not going to be able to be ready. So I need to make sure I finish here so I can get into the proper position for the next shot. So again, I'm going to be here, out in front, I'm going to reach, I'm going to drop the tip of my paddle down, and then I'm going to finish on the left side of the letter V. My paddle tip is going to be up prior to contact, and after contact, my paddle tip is going to be up. I love to use the clock analogy because it makes it very simple. 12 o'clock here, 6 o'clock down here. I'm pointing towards 7-ish, 7:30 o'clock. When I finish, I'm finishing at 10:30 o'clock. If I'm a left-hand player, I'm pointing here at around 5-ish o'clock. If I'm here, then I am around 1:30-ish, okay? So I'm going to be down here, up here, down here, up here. Another great way is I want you to think of that there's a line coming straight from my chest, all right? A line coming straight from my chest. I'm keeping this paddle on the left side of this line at all times. Again, I'm keeping it here, I'm keeping it here, I'm keeping it here. I'm not going over here. I'm not pulling it, okay? Next thing, again, when I do this and I make contact, I want my body down and forward. Again, reach out in front, paddle tip down, and then finish up. Notice my chest is facing forward, my head is facing forward. You need to keep your body down and grounded, not only to get to the next shot, but if you pop your body up, where's the ball gonna go? It's gonna be super inconsistent. So you want your body down and forward. I want you to think that you're tackling someone. If you ever tackle someone, if you go like this, you're gonna get laid out. You need to go forward into them. Same thing with your backhand volley. Now, if you want to be more advanced, okay, we talked about the swing path, reaching out in front, proper grip, step number 1. Step number 2, pointing the tip of the paddle down, and then step number 3, finishing up. I want you to think about your feet. When the ball is coming to you, I want you to think that you're pushing down into the ground with your weight. Again, you are loading in your legs, okay? Now, when you make contact with the ball and hit, watch what I'm doing. I'm exploding forward. Again, I'm loading into the ground with my body, and then I am exploding upwards. So again, I'm loading down into the ground, and then I am exploding up forward. Again, loading into the ground, exploding up forward. I'm pushing into the ground, and I'm exploding up. Remember what I said though, you still need to keep your head and your body down and forward. You can't be just popping up. So don't do this, okay? That's an exaggeration, but think you're loading, exploding, loading, exploding. So what I would recommend to do is get your partner, your opponent, your ball shooter, wherever you're drilling, to feed you balls, and you're going to start out in step 2. And then all you're going to do is you're going to hit. So the first thing I'm going to do again is I'm going to get already in the proper position. I'm already going to be in the drop, and I'm going to just work on going step 2 to 3. Again, step 2 to 3. Then once I get that a couple times, I feel comfortable, I feel good with it, then I'm going to go step 1, reaching out. When the ball comes close to me, 2, 3. Again, the next thing I'm going to do is when the ball is coming to me, I'm going to start out in step 1, reaching out, extending, and then proper grip, and then I'm going to go 2, 3. Then once I understand that and I feel comfortable with that, then what am I going to do? I'm going to start normal, and the ball is going to come 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then once I get that, I feel good with the whole shot technique. Then I'm going to get into the footwork, and I'm going to start thinking load and explode. So again, I'm going to think into the ground, off the ground, or again, loading, exploding. Notice again, I am keeping my paddle here. If you guys can go step by step and utilize all these different tips, tactics, and techniques that we went over, you are going to be able to hit an aggressive shot. The number one reason why players can't hit the shot is, again, because they take the paddle back too much. If you use this 3-step method that I told you guys, again, keeping the paddle out in front, not taking it back, trying to hit early, keeping your body down, finishing, keeping it clean and compact, it's going to help you so much, eliminate more errors, and you're going to be able to be ready for the next ball. All I want you to think is, again, you're going to be here and you're turning the paddle to the side. Again, here. I'm not twisting my wrist. Again, players twist their wrist all the times. I'm straight out front. Take your paddle out of your hand, straight out front with the fingertips. All you're doing is turning forward. Again, like a fishtail. You're not flipping. All you're doing is turning your hand forward or to the side. Knuckles are facing forward. You're dropping your hand down, and then you're finishing forward. I'm never turning my wrist. I'm out in front, tilting to the side, and then I am finishing forward. By utilizing this, players are going to think twice about going to your backhand. When you have a ball at your backhand, you're going to be able to put it away. And if you can show your opponent that you're able to rip this type of shot, then they're going to start trying to stay away from it, and they're going to feel more pressure to have to go to your forehand as well, which then gives you that forehand put away shot, and it helps close the court off so you and your partner can win more points. If you guys want these amazing Selkirk paddles, click the link in the description, user code ADV-Universal for a gift card with your purchase. If you want any type of pickleball program in your area, make sure to click the link, Universal Rackets representative. We'll get out to you. If you guys want any type of newsletter, we have an amazing newsletter, all of our events all over the country. Click the link in the description. Subscribe and check it out. Subscribe to our YouTube, check us out on Instagram, and we'll see you next time. Happy hitting. Let us know in the comments if this helped you. Have a good one and see you tomorrow.